gets Mankato off to a tremendous.
The UNO coaches wanted that stall call, but Forstner kept trying to move up. And as long as the guy's trying to improve his position, you can't hit him for it.
This is a situation where Mankato will definitely want to avoid bonus points, as you've got returning national champion Cody Garcia, ranked number 2 in the nation at 23-8, taking on Tim Haneberg of Minnesota State.
Yeah, Haneberg just came into the lineup within the last few weeks here, so he's only got a few matches under his belt in the starting lineup.
One of those was a loss by fall to Cody Garcia in the first period at the National Duels. So this is somewhere where Coach Mike Denny and his Mavericks of UNO will look to at least repeat the feat in terms of getting bonus points here at 133 pounds.
And I'm sure that, while you never want to tell your kid to go out on the mat, and not get pinned, I'm sure they talked to Haneberg about what he needs to do as far as helping the team here tonight. And quite frankly, that's just, give up no bonus points. And if he can do that, that's somewhat of a victory.
That's a sick low ankle scored by Cody Garcia as he wraps it up a la John Smith. Now he's got a leg turked in. Now slips it. The 2-0 lead here at 2:15 remaining here in the first period. Cody Garcia on top with a 2-0 lead here at 133. Team score in favor of Minnesota State 3-0 here at the Blackout at Breslin Arena at the Taylor Center. Still looking for some clarification on what exactly to call this arena, but I see Breslin here, and I know there's Taylor Center on the outside, so I'll call them both. I can't be wrong.
That's correct. Breslin Arena at Taylor Center, I think, is the technical name for it.
Garcia working on top. Now with a claw ride, trying to work on something. Still looks like he wants to throw that leg in there, but is unsure of where to throw it. Now still riding pretty high. Now he's got a half and a wrist. The old wrist and half. One of the most basic moves in wrestling. Can't quite turn him there. Haneberg fighting underneath there pretty tough, trying to clear his wrists.
Not a whole lot Haneberg can do with his head down on the mat there, and Garcia's doing a good job keeping the pressure up top and driving his head into that mat. Garcia getting that wrist behind the back and keeping the pressure on the hips, riding tough here.
A two-time national champion in Division II, both at 125 pounds, now moving up to 133 this year. Record kind of deceiving because Omaha, now he's got that bar. He's barring up that right arm, trying to turn Haneberg. Under a minute to go here in the first period. Riding time, well over a minute now. Kind of reverses direction, pulls that arm off the back. That will be illegal. I don't know if they called it a illegal hold. It's a potentially dangerous situation. They'll just leave it potentially dangerous. No points awarded. Garcia will still remain in the top position with a 2-0 lead and over a minute and a half of riding time with under a minute to go here in the first period at 133 pounds.
Haneberg's first move there off the whistle wasn't quite what I think Coach Makowski's looking for there.
You kind of want to get up to your feet, up and out.
Want to get out fast, especially when a guy's riding you as tough as he is and getting your arms behind your back.
Garcia very proficient with the fall. Picked up a big fall in one match we covered here for Wrestling 411 against number 1 ranked Augsburg in Division III. That was about 2 weeks ago. Stall warning now on Haneberg on the bottom, and I can't blame the official for calling that. He's not really doing much to get off, and Garcia just working on that 2-on-1 wrist ride. Almost looking for a tilt now, going off, bashing the head, trying to readjust his grip. Time winding down here in the first period. A 2-0 lead, but not really indicative of how one-sided this has been so far. That'll end the first period. Garcia will have choice. So it's a moral victory for Haneberg. He didn't last the first period against Garcia the last time out. Now he finds himself down by 2 points and a riding time point.
At this point, he's still giving himself a shot at least.
Garcia will start now on bottom. Haneberg throws in a leg. Garcia very explosive, another Kansas native. Kind of a legacy here at Omaha. There's been a couple Garcias wrestle. Now Haneberg showing some fight, trying to bar up that near arm.
Doing a good job staying on top here. Got that leg in earlier and doing a good job really controlling Garcia's hips. That's kind of been what's working for him here so far. He's got to stay on those hips, I think, and not let Garcia clear. There it goes.
And tried a crab ride there, got loose. Garcia hips over and faces him and gets a 1-point escape. So now a 3-0 lead with riding time. 1:20 remaining here in the second period. 133 pounds from Breslin Arena. Cody Garcia returning Division II national champion. 2 times, that is. Of course, moving up a weight. Tim Haneberg coming in 10-11 on the year. So on paper, this is definitely someplace where Nebraska-Omaha figured they could get 6. And right now, Haneberg's showing some fight.
Well, I think as far as on paper, if this whole duel was wrestled on paper, I don't think anybody would give MSU a shot. And Lucky for them, it's not wrestled on paper. So.
And you'd need a really, really big notebook, especially when Brady Wilson and Tony Lewis step on the mat.
They are some big boys. Looking forward to that one.
Under 50 to go in the neutral position. 3-0 lead for Cody Garcia. Haneberg with a half shot, and Garcia counters with his nice little snap and spin. And throws that half in immediately. So now a 5-0 lead with riding time.
That was a textbook go-behind by Garcia there. Did a good job just blocking off the arm and scooting his hips around.
No real need to snap at all. Just kind of, okay, I'm going to walk around you now.
Yeah, had him on his hands and just blocked the one arm.
Another stall warning on bottom. That's a 1 point for Garcia, so now 6-0. And now Garcia looking for that high tilt. He's got a leg in. Trying to claw over. You see the claw ride there on the neck. If you can see the same position we are, we're here at Press Road, directly next to the more than capable PA announcer here at Mankato, and our sound technicians doing a great job here. It's always a fun time coming down here. This is 2 for 2. I'm enjoying myself. Garcia looking for some type of other stall ride or stall call.
You know, Garcia looked frustrated there, but at the same time, you know, when he's staying parallel and riding the hips, it's real tough to really turn the guy anyway. So he needs to do a little bit more getting off to the side and trying to get some angles here.
Haneberg will start now on bottom, trailing 6-0. And I'm sure right now Jim Minkowski will take it.
I think if they only give up 3 or 4 in this, they'll, as a team, be pretty happy. Obviously, Haneberg, you know, you want to win the match, but like I said earlier, you got to do what your team needs you to do, and this is what they need them to do.
And at this point in the duel last time, it was 6-3 in favor of Nebraska-Omaha. Of course, the 6 points coming with these two guys last time. Now Garcia throwing in the boots, at least trying to throw in the boots. Haneberg bellying out. Garcia now throwing the half with his left hand. Haneberg kind of locking up the hand, trying to prevent anything. Haneberg now frees himself with an escape. 6-1, riding time well over 3 minutes. That one is pretty much assured. So 6-1, 7-1 essentially with riding time. 1:15 to go, third period.
Garcia needs at least that one takedown just to secure the major decision. Haneberg doing a good job here, but obviously he's got the stalling calls against him. Another one will be another point. So he's got to be careful what he's doing here. Kind of hang on that elbow for a little bit and try and fight that clock off a little.
With a minute to go, I'd probably just be blocking and hoping to only get dinged once.
I'd probably want to be. I'd want to be right where he is there. Get on an elbow and stick with it.
Well, one thing I like about calling Division II matches is you see a lot more scoring. It seems there's more open wrestling. If you had these guys wrestling in Division I for, you know, say the Iowas versus the not-so-Iowas, and there's Garcia with another go-behind. Not exactly the best decision for Haneberg to take a half shot like that. And Garcia capitalizing, now getting 8-1 with 40 to go. He's pretty much got, well, he's got the riding time. That's assured. So working on a major decision, trying to back bow that, well, the back. Now he's back bowing that far ankle, and they're going to be called potentially dangerous again, so we'll stop it. And Garcia's like, okay, whatever.
31 seconds left here, and, you know, Haneberg, if he can get himself out of there, that'd be real nice. But, you know, Garcia, if he wants to turn him, he's going to have to get out to the side. He's going to have to do a little bit more than he's doing. He's staying parallel, staying on the hips. Like I said, it's real tough to turn somebody and pin them when you're just sitting on their hips.
Depending on how big you are. If I sit on somebody's hips, they're going to feel it. Now, Haneberg still holding on to the wrist. Now, this is quite an interesting. Garcia working that trying to work an inside bar, almost trying to. I don't ever want to say the word chicken wing, but that's basically what it appears to be. If you're familiar with that other type of wrestling, which we're not, we're never going to mention again. Now, Garcia still trying to work something over. Has 2 and 1, and it's going to be a 9-1 major decision for Cody Garcia, and visibly upset, not upset, but disappointed in his performance.